leave here with the notion, with the intention that we must work until the work is done on November the 2nd. Don't believe the pundits. Don't believe the statisticians. Don't believe the fact that the Tea Party is so energized and we are so marginalized that we cannot get over. If the Tea Party can have a party, we ought to be able to have a coffee hour all around our country. In case you forgot your history, the Tea Party got its name through the reality of the Boston Tea Party. You know, back in 1773, there were 3 ships that came to Boston, and they were charging a tax that the people did not want to pay. And as a result of that, they took the tea off the boats and threw it into the river. They thought that they had done the job. However, the next day, they noticed that the boxes of tea were floating back up on top of the river. And so they took the paddles of their canoes and boats and they beat the tea back down into the river. Well, we must take our balance and beat the tea party. This is Michigan. This is Detroit. Detroit and Michigan should be respected. If you're not talking to the people before you get elected, you know the people ain't got nothing coming from you after you get elected. People have so much to claim. Don't you know that we're running in a situation where it's good to have national health care? It's good to have your child on your health care program until age 26. It's good to have the credit companies not be able to charge you interest rates 30 and 35%. It's good to have your workman's compensation and your unemployment compensation extended. It's good to have folks who believe that there should be a moratorium on foreclosure. It's good to have the UAW, the auto industry saved in the state of Michigan. It's good to have the movie industry in our state. All across this community. Some of y'all trying to get in the movie. But you don't want to deal with the reality of what they bring. And so we must make the silent voice the loud voice. We must take our dormant energy and we must let folk know that we have a personal stake in this election. It's not just about 2010, it's about 2020. It's also about who's going to sit in the Supreme Court. It's also about what national policies are going to be continued throughout our nation. It's also about who's going to sit at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Michigan Supreme Court. We need a new Attorney General. This Attorney General wants to prosecute the stop health care programs in Michigan when he has one of the best health care programs in the country. Shame on folks who want to turn back the progress of our state. That's why what you do from this point on is very critical to the process. That's why President Bill Clinton came into Michigan, coming to Detroit, a Renaissance high school. And so finally, as we get ready to hear from the president and to hear from Virg Bernero, it reminds me of a story. A man one day was walking alone and he fell down into a pit, Joanne, and he couldn't get himself out of the pit. A subjective person came along and said, I feel for you down in that pit. An objective person came by and said, it's not to be down there in that pit. A conservative person came by and said, only bad people fall down into pits. A mathematician came by and calculated what he must have done in order to fall down into the pit. A news reporter came by and wanted the exclusive story on the pit. An IRS agent came by and asked, are you paying taxes on your pit? A self-pitying person came by and said, you ain't seen nothing until you see me in my pit. A fire and brimstone preacher from Phil came by and said, you deserve your pit. A Christian scientist came by and observed that the pit is just in your mind. A psychologist noted that your mama and your daddy are to blame for you being down there in that pit. A self-esteem therapist said, believe in yourself and you can just get out of your pit. Don't you know, an optimist came by and said things could be worse down there in that pit. Don't you know that Virg Bernero came by seeing the man in the pit?